Hi guys, it's Ryan again from the Collector's Chat, here to bring you another video. This video is on something quite unique. It's not actually my piece, it's a family member's piece, but I like it that much that I thought I'd do a video for it. It is from a company called Coo Model, and it is The Werewolf. Now you're wondering, okay, he doesn't look much like a werewolf. Well, that's because there's more that comes with him, but we'll get to that in a bit. So, this figure, I think it was first released, announced, last year, and very unique piece. I quite liked it from the first photographs I saw of it. It's quite arty. It's very almost like Japanese art style looking. And if you look at the face there, it's always very strange in a way. But there was just something about it, and when I saw it, and the family member of mine that got this saw it, it just blew them away. And I'm a huge werewolf fan myself, so it almost made me tempted now to pick up one of my own up. So this is basically the main body anyway of this character. I don't know much about him. There's a few things here and there. Sorry about that. There's a few little pamphlets in there about him, explaining who he is. Well, I don't know if it explains, but it's, as you can see, it's got this here. Apparently it's all in Japanese, so it's not really worth a read. I don't know what. I think it's because they are a Japanese company that made this, but yeah, anyway, it's a very nice piece. So the human parts, because I want to leave the werewolf parts till later. But you got the Infested Hands. These hands are very much like Hot Toys. The first thing I said when I had a look at it in the box was, wow, that's very similar to Hot Toys hands. Not a bad thing at all, just thought it was funny how similar they are. And you got some more fisted hands here. And I might give you a little peek of one of the arms that's left in the box. So that's one of the hands. So just from that, you're probably already getting an idea of what you're getting with this piece. The front of the box is pretty simple, if you want me to be honest. It's quite nice though. You got this here, the werewolf right there, monsters file number 2, werewolf 1/6 scale handmade figure. And then, like I say, that's the casing it comes in and everything, and then you have this artwork, which I think is rather nice. And if you're a fan of artwork, like that, it's very nice, very, very nice. So anyway, moving back to the figure. So this, like it just said on the box, is handmade, so a lot of this is all being hand painted in a factory, so it's not like all machines or anything. This has been hand painted by an actual person, and I have to say it looks fantastic. The detail on the skin and that, it's awesome. The hands obviously are nicely done. The arms are pretty, simple, but do the job. The clothing's really nice. Reminds me a bit similar to some of the obviously the jeans on the Hot Toys Steve Rogers, a bit like that for me. Or even the Damn Toys, they're quite nice as well. And then the shoes, again, nicely done. They're sculpted, entirely sculpted, but very well done. Nice paint application on there, nice weathering. It also comes with this. I think this is a hood. I'm pretty sure it's a hood. So you just pop that on the top. I'm sure there's more to it than what I'm doing right now. I think it clips on the back, but we get that out of his face. It doesn't look like a mong. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Looks the part. Comes with this creepy ass doll. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, very nicely done. But look at that, it's fucking creepy. Another thing I like is the base. I think the base is so well done. So much going on. Got the tree going up the back there. You come down to the front and let's say you've got the plate here, it's a nameplate werewolf, and it comes on and you just pop it on and it fits on nicely, I think the only gripe on it is the original clamp that goes on the back doesn't hold up the wolf or when he's the werewolf very good, so we put a Hot Toys, I think it was the Durell clamp on it, so that holds it in place pretty well. Also comes with like this backpack. It's got some stuff in it, and yeah, so I'm gonna do different stages of this figure, and try and get it as best as possible. I'm gonna have to cut this time because this one's a very complex figure to put together. Alright, I'll go to the next pose, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, so this is the second pose for him. And I've sort of got him in this pose where he's like, oh shit, I'm changing. He's just at that point where he's starting to change, so his hands changing. And I always imagine if it changed, it'd go from one side of the body to the other. So it's like half of him is this creature and the other half is human still. I really like that. It's a nice nice pose to have him in with the human face. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'll cut to another pose now, and yep, so see you in a second again with another pose. Okay, so here's another pose, and I've sort of got him now, and he's sort of like about to drop to the floor in absolute pain, and he's like, no, I'm transforming, and about to do that, that when obviously the person changes and they start to scream, and the changes are taking over and the wolf is taking over the person. So sort of like that, he's changing now, and I sort of did it as well, so he's dropped his bag and the doll's on the ground and next to the werewolf, sort of to represent, his humanity is now disappearing, and he's becoming more of the beast, the animal of the werewolf. So bloody detail though on these hands are insane. See the fur, the same with this hand. The claws and the nails, beautifully done. And you get down to the feet, so you got these are a new pair of like trousers, the more shredded ones. And obviously you can see the fur looks fantastic. And you get down to here, you see the toes look gorgeous again. Absolutely amazing, this figure, it's a gorgeous figure. Look at that, the detail coming up and around is it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing figure. And yeah, so we'll go to the final stage now of the transformation. Okay, so we're back again. This is the final stage, and all I have to say is wow, this figure looks amazing. I just want to give you a close up of that face, the eyes, because it looks beautiful. The fur, I do apologise for some of the shit lighting in this video. Look at the tongue. The tongue looks like it's wet. It's got like saliva all over it. And the teeth look awesome. Really does look menacing. I'll give it a bit of a turn. And look again, you know. Absolutely beautiful. It just looks awesome. This is how I imagine a werewolf. And I don't know about you guys, but when I think of a werewolf, I think, you know, long snout, big teeth, fucking pointy ears, furry, the whole lot. That's the way it's meant to be. The big bad wolf sort of look. You know, and I love it. So, got him there like that. Again with his hands out. And yeah, I'm really impressed with this figure. I think the company Coo Model did a great job with him. When you fasten the head on this, before you put it on, it's like a neck collar that goes around with this that you fasten over it, so it looks like he's got a furry chest. So the only thing with this is sometimes you can see the human body peeping through just there a little bit. But if you just close it, you can close it up or tuck it in, but I just don't want to fiddle with this too much as it's not mine. So, yeah. But as far as werewolf pieces go, I think this has to be the best of them all, especially in 1/6 scale. Just look at the detail. The hands are beautiful. You see the bones, you know, like here. It's fucking insane. Yeah, so absolutely beautiful. I'll put him in one more badass pose, and then what I'll do is I'll do a little size comparison to another figure that I've got. Okay, so this is the final pose I'm going to put him in and leave him in like this. And I think I've got it. I've gone for an old classic sort of old school look, but like that, with his hands up above his head, like I'm going to get you sort of look. Almost like in the Scooby-Doo episodes you used to see, and the werewolf used to chase them, you know, and he'd have his hands up and he'd be trying to chase them and that. I love it. I think that is a werewolf in a nutshell. Just that is it, isn't it? You look at it, it's running at you. At that, right there. Take a screenshot of that on your phone. Because it just looks awesome. So I've got even more of a crouch sort of pose there. So let's give you another look from another angle. So there. And we are, so you come around here. Beautiful. It is godlike, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Let me know, guys, in the comments, what was your favourite pose out of all of them. So say if you had this figure, let me know what pose would you have him in. Would you have him like mid transformation? Would you have him full on werewolf, or would you have him even in the human form? You know, let me know. I'd love to know, because I know everyone's different, and I know with a figure like this, there's going to be, oh god, different poses for everybody. Put that for me there. That is perfect. That is a werewolf. Just as a little thing, this figure is quite a fiddly figure, so you've got to be very careful. There's no spare pegs or anything like that for if anything breaks. Like a Hot Toys figure or anything, you've got to get it right the first time. The legs are usually pretty simple. But if you want him to be in human form with the other trousers on, my advice is put the human legs in first, then put the trousers on. With the shredded ones like these, it doesn't matter. It's because they're easy to get in. And the arms, again, just make sure you're putting them in the slot there correctly. Once you get the hang of it, it's fine. It's just, for me, it was a lot more nerve-wracking with it not being my figure. So you just got to be extra careful. And also make sure these are plugged in properly, because they can be quite loose and fall out if they're not plugged in properly. The head's pretty much, it's super simple, really. You know, it's nothing too hard. And yeah, so that's it for that. And what I'll do is next I'll do a little size comparison just next to another werewolf figure that I have. Okay, so here's the size comparison. So we've got here, obviously, the Coo Model wolf, or werewolf, and the McFarlane Wolfman from the Wolfman remake. This one is mine, and I love this piece. I think it's a fantastic piece. I'll just give you a quick close-up of the details. I think the head sculpt, and that's fantastic. The blood effect, I mean, you can't argue with that. Beautiful detail, and the blood on the hands and shirt, and again, you know, the detail's quite nice. There's nothing about this piece I don't like, really. The McFarlane, I think they did a cracking job of the figure, and that's why I have it still displayed with my Hot Toys, because it's worthy of it. It's a great figure. But for the size, as you can see, I mean, they're both sort of hunched, so it's hard, but with these legs he doesn't really stand up straight. So just by looking at that, you can already kind of gauge the size difference. The Wolfman is a lot bigger, and this is more, you know, just a lot smaller. But the difference is, I think, with it is this is a stylized look. You can see it's very exaggerated. It's got the long arms and then the big hands. Whereas this, if you know, this is more like the classic. Obviously, well, it's based off the Universal one, so it's just a man in a makeup and costume, basically, and it's made, I don't know, maybe a little bit more, if you could say, grounded, or more, maybe, you know, closer to what if they were real. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going for a more grounded look. Whereas this has gone for the whole big bad wolf. And I think when it comes to paint application, I think the edge goes slightly to this, just because, well, look at that. I mean, that's perfect. And the mouth detail, and that is a little bit better with just the you know, the paint application and everything. Clothes as well goes to this. I mean, the clothes are nice on this. I mean, this is sculpted, so, you know, that's sculpted, but this is just a t-shirt. But it's a nice material. It's nothing fancy. Same with this here, you know. It's but it does the job, you know. That's all it's meant to do. But overall, the McFarlane stands on its own, you know. This also, the McFarlane has a hard time standing up, and so does this. You can get it to stand up on its own, but I wouldn't advise you to display it on its own like that, just because of how pointy things are on this figure. If you were to drop it or anything, there's a good chance it could break. So my advice to you is keep it on a stand. If you've got a spare Hot Toys clamp or anything, you know, whack it on there and should be good to go. Again, this comes with a base and everything, whereas this doesn't. This is it. This is what you get, you know. But obviously, this would be cheaper. When this came out, this was cheaper than this. But you know, both, in my opinion, are fantastic figures. I mean, let me know what you think of both of them. I think the one thing that McFarlane does so well for me, if I get you in a bit closer here, is the face. It looks great. So, you know, like I say, if I had to you know, say which was the better figure personally, I'd have to give it to this one, just because it's completely it's purely art, you know. There's no limitations on a film or the design. They've been allowed to, you know, to go completely nuts on it and just do what they want. And obviously, you've got more, you know, there's a, you know, creative, you know, designs that go on with it and that, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, so like I said, let me know again, like I said before, what pose you like the most. Do you like this pose? And also tell me, or let me know, do you like the McFarlane Wolfman? Do you like it? And which one do you prefer? That would be an interesting one to know, because I know it's all personal preference and that. So yeah, just let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Should have some more videos coming up soon, and yeah, so that's it. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on another video hopefully soon.